This fight is dangerous for one man, and it's not Jake Paul. If Anthony Joshua makes one mistake, his legacy could be finished forever. Jake has nothing to lose, Joshua has everything to lose. Experts are warning this could end badly. Watch till the end, because boxing history might be rewritten.
You think he's smaller than me? So I don't want to focus on it being like about Jake. Oh, Jake's small, so that makes me confident. Jake's this, so that makes me confident. I'm just focused on myself. I'm confident in myself. Jake could be 10 foot. I'm confident in myself. That's what I'm saying. It's not about how he is.
It's long run.
You do some pads today?
Yes, sir. Do some pads. Yeah, we're going to do some pads today. And then technique and all that stuff, you know. No fight is easy. No matter how hard you train and how you just got to get lucky. You know, so what we're training for now is just to get lucky.
With only 5 days left until fight night, Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua are training harder than ever before. Anthony Joshua is sharpening his power, improving his stamina, and polishing every technical detail. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is focused on speed, timing, and clean precision. Inside his training camp, Jake looks calm and confident. He is studying every movement, every weakness, and every possible opening. Jake truly believes his preparation will shock the world when the bell finally rings.
The fact that it's a harder challenge for me. People had a lot of excuses against Gervonta and, oh, it's a smaller guy, blah, 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 the weight difference. And now I flip-flop the roles. Everyone thinks I'm gonna die and they don't know what I'm capable of. And so being the underdog and being able to go in there and showcase what I'm gonna do to Anthony is more exciting for me.
Anthony Joshua knows very well that no fight is ever easy in boxing. He respects Jake Paul as a serious opponent and treats every training session with full focus and intensity. AJ is pushing his body to the limit, working on power, technique, and endurance. Every punch is thrown with purpose. Every drill is calculated. Nothing is rushed. Joshua's mindset is clear. He is leaving nothing to chance as he prepares to face Jake Paul with the discipline of a true champion.
See how much work goes into them sessions. It's going to be a tough fight. No fight is easy. No matter how hard you train and how you just got to get lucky. You know, so what we're training for now is just to get lucky. Miss a punch that could have hurt, catch you with a punch that's going to hurt him. So it's kind of like when they say all in the...
As the countdown continues to one of the most talked about fights in boxing history, Jake Paul is showing extreme confidence. In a recent interview, Jake openly said he believes he can knock out Anthony Joshua. He pointed out that Joshua has been hurt before by smaller fighters, suggesting that AJ is not unbeatable. Jake claimed he has the power, timing, and belief to land fight-changing punches. This bold statement instantly grabbed attention and increased the hype around the fight. Beyond physical strength, this fight has become a mental battle. Jake's words are designed to boost his own confidence and plant doubt in Joshua's mind. On the other side, Joshua remains calm and focused, showing the experience of a seasoned professional. Experts agree that the psychological game may be just as important as the punches thrown in the ring.
In his style, and styles make fights, we all know that. He's lost to guys who are shorter mostly and lighter mostly, and faster than him. I see holes in his game. I see punches that I can land that can hurt him. Now, he can definitely land punches on me, knock me out. He's more experienced, Olympic gold medalist, two-time heavyweight champion of the world. This is definitely insane. I have to fight a perfect fight to be able to beat this guy, but I think that I'm capable of that. And to me, at the end of the day, all of this is experience, all of this is fun, all of this is getting in there and continuing to improve my skills as I work toward a world championship in my own weight class. I'm fighting at heavyweight.
We lost him. They're trying to bog him down.
At the end of the day, I'm going in there and I'm getting better.
You're fighting at heavyweight. You cut off real quickly whenever you said you're fighting at heavyweight. How much weight is that more? How much heavier are you fighting at this for this particular fight?
Yes, I'm fighting like 50 pounds out of my weight class. Normally I fight at 200 and Anthony Joshua will be around 250.
Okay, so this fight's happening. There's people that have mentioned, like, there's no way this fight is actually happening, just strictly because of what you just said right there. I mean, the weight difference, everything else. Signing up for this because you're supposed to fight somebody else. Tank backs out. Now you fight Anthony Joshua. I think there's a lot of people that think this is all some gimmick because of what you just said right there. This is not the case. You understand that you're going in there with a man who's not supposed to fight somebody that is at your weight. He's supposed to be fighting heavier people that are bigger people, which in theory, stronger people, maybe more durable people. There's weight classes for a reason. In your mind, that is just, hey, this is a challenge I need to take on. That's kind of the mindset that you've taken?
Yeah, for sure. The fight is definitely happening first and foremost. We're 9 days away right now. But at the end of the day, I like
Boxing legends David Haye and Johnny Nelson recently shared their thoughts on the massive pressure surrounding this fight. According to them, Anthony Joshua cannot afford any mistakes. He must dominate from the opening round, land clean and powerful shots, and avoid being caught or pushed back. One small error could damage his reputation as a former world champion. The pressure on Joshua is huge because he is expected to win convincingly. Jake Paul, however, enters the fight with far less pressure. As the underdog, anything he does well will be seen as a success. The analysts emphasize that Jake is taking a real risk by stepping in with a heavyweight champion, while Joshua must perform nearly perfectly to protect his legacy.
Joshua can't win in round 3. Anthony Joshua needs to win in the first round and win devastating. He can't be getting clipped with shots, he can't get him pushed back. He has to have the cleanest performance
and if it
of his
lasts
whole
that long,
career.
Jake Paul needs to be holding on to it for dear life to last that long.
Yeah, so
Jake Paul commercially has just as much to lose and can affect his commercial elevation if he does anything less than be his best. Commercially, he doesn't need Jake Paul.
I think the pressure's on Jake Paul. The pressure's not on Anthony Joshua. Sorry, the pressure's on Anthony Joshua. The pressure is not on Jake Paul because no one's expecting Jake Paul to do anything. So he's free. Whatever happens, he's gone out there and done something extraordinary. He's put himself in harm's way, to try to achieve this crazy goal. So but Anthony Joshua, on the other hand, he's only doing it for the cash, for the money, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But he can't look bad. He can't get knocked down. He can't get a cut. He can't be missing wildly. He has to have a punch-perfect performance to justify, just like Ngannou. If he has the same performance against Ngannou,
job's done.
The job's done. But is he going to be motivated enough to be able to switch on? Because he was razor sharp. I was there ringside with you watching that fight, and that was as sharp as I've seen AJ look.
And the other thing is, Ngannou looked scary. Jake Paul doesn't.
Yeah.
And Ngannou was thick, thick,
big
and that
man,
wide.
big
I was interviewing him, so next I'm thinking, damn, you're getting in with him.
Yeah.
And now you're thinking, if this guy gets one shot off, Jake Paul doesn't have any of that about him. So you're not looking at him thinking, he might
Well,
get
if you look at Jake Paul's training footage, he puts out snippets all over his kind of social media and on YouTube. It looks like his secret weapon for the fight against AJ is his...
Both fighters are pushing themselves to the absolute limit in their training camps. Some analysts have studied Jake Paul's preparation and noted that his heavy bag work looks impressive. However, they warn that hitting a bag is very different from facing a powerful and experienced heavyweight like Joshua. Training clips can be misleading. The real test comes inside the ring. On the other hand, Anthony Joshua is preparing with extreme attention to detail. Even after time away from competition, AJ remains strong, focused, and disciplined. He is working on endurance, defense, and precision. This contrast between Jake Paul's unconventional approach and Joshua's traditional heavyweight preparation adds even more excitement to the fight.
That he recently released. It's got a lot of people getting quite excited, in the comments in particular, saying, wow, he's improved so much. Look at the technique. He actually might cause problems. The sort of wide-eyed emoji. Is he going to cause an upset? Now, look, I don't give two shits how you look on the heavy bag. I'm going to be very honest with you. Do you know how many guys I see in the boxing gym I train in who look absolutely sensational on the heavy bag and then wouldn't last 2 seconds against Anthony Joshua? The thing that the average person fails to understand is that looking good on the heavy bag, sure, it means you have a fundamental understanding of boxing technique, and clearly Jake has improved in that area. You'd hope so after years and years of training. But the thing that people don't understand about boxing is when you actually get in the ring with someone who's trying to beat you, who's trying to punch you in the face and break you, suddenly holding that shape becomes much, much more difficult when you're getting hit by shots, when you're taking them to the guard, when you're having to move your legs constantly, and more importantly, as you get tired. Even the best pros start to lose their shape when fatigue kicks in. That's why more knockouts can happen later as the fight goes on. So look, yeah, I did think he looked nice on the heavy bag. He was moving his feet well, his balance looked good, his hand positioning was good when he was throwing, his chin was tucked in, all the things you really look for in basic technique. Does it mean he has a hope in hell of being Anthony Joshua? Absolutely not. But at the same time, I'll admit I understand what the hype is about. He looked pretty nice in that clip, but many people can, is my point. The final thing to address is this rumor that's been going around. I think it was Johnny Nelson who started it, that Don Charles has been brought into Jake Paul's training camp. There's been some news articles about it, but to be honest with you, I've not seen any photos, I've not seen any footage. I've seen absolutely nothing to indicate that Don Charles has been part of that camp. And in fact, Don Charles was tagged in a photo on Instagram a few days ago at an event he was at a boxing gym near Watford in the UK. So clearly he's not been actually involved in the camp. Will Jake Paul fly him out for fight week to try and disrupt Anthony Joshua? I mean, it's entirely possible. Obviously, Don Charles coached Daniel Dubois to the victory over Joshua. It was one of Joshua.
Former world champion Paulie Malignaggi has also shared his opinion on this matchup. While he respects Jake Paul's hard work and dedication, he believes preparation alone may not be enough against someone like Anthony Joshua. Malignaggi clearly stated that Joshua is still very powerful and dangerous. His experience, strength, and ability to handle pressure cannot be ignored. This reminder from a veteran boxer adds realism to the hype. The buzz around this fight is massive, attracting mainstream media, social platforms, and casual fans worldwide. Jake Paul's celebrity status has brought new eyes to boxing, while Joshua's championship history keeps hardcore fans locked in. As fight night approaches, one big question remains: can Jake Paul turn confidence into reality, or will Anthony Joshua prove why experience still matters most in the ring?
I wouldn't consider him shot or anything, and even a shot AJ would still, would still likely beat a Jake Paul in my eyes. But I don't necessarily see AJ as a shot fighter at all, And also, the thing about AJ is he's a rather serious guy. This is not Chavez Jr., So he takes anything he does very seriously. He's got a backbone to him. He's got a character to him. So, he's not gonna let himself be clowned by, allowing Jake to survive, or allowing Jake to play around, or allowing Jake to, just make him look bad in general. So that's the thing about AJ. If you know his character, I've worked a lot of AJ fights, and I've been around AJ enough, to kind of observe his character. This is a very serious human being and man, and he takes this kind of stuff very personally and very seriously, so he's not going to be looking to make a mockery of himself. And so from that perspective, I don't see a guy like AJ going easy on Jake at all.
He's going in there to knock him out, and anything less, it's going to be a disappointment to him. So does he knock him out?
I mean, yeah, he knocked out Ngannou, right? And I think most people would think Ngannou is better than Jake, right? I mean, you saw what he did to Ngannou. He cut through Ngannou like it was nothing, like a hot knife through butter. So yeah, I mean, I would expect nothing less. We'll see. We'll see how they go. I mean, obviously, you give Jake some credit for having the balls to do this. But then again, Jake is also doing what we all used to say when I was my age, and Shmo, you're a little younger than me. When we were kids, and then we would joke around, and Mike Tyson was the big deal. We would all say, for $1 million, I get in the ring with Mike Tyson. Well, I guess for $90 million, Jake's gonna get in the ring with AJ. So I think that's what the equivalent of it is. So is it bravery? Or is it just, hey, you give me enough money, I'll do it?